It's water. So a bunch of women marched in Toronto in the city's first slut walk. The goal is to say dressing like a slut doesn't invite aggression. According to the event's website, women are, quote, tired of being oppressed by slut shaming, of being judged by our sexuality and feeling unsafe as a result. Historically, the term slut has carried a negative connotation. The intent is always to wound. So while people all over the world are fighting for basic rights, these ladies are marching for that. Which, good for them, I say. What you wear should never lead to assaults or aggression, and anyone who disagrees with that is dopey. But the protest was spurred by what a cop said when speaking on safety. He said that, quote, women should avoid dressing like sluts in order not to be victimized. Stupid, sure, but he wasn't physically hurting them. My point is, marching because a cop said something dumb seems weak in the face of graver threats against women. I mean, consider sexual slavery, honor killings, punishment for being raped, executions over adultery or being gay, and other Sharia law creepiness. A feminist could march against that, but then she violates the ironclad code of diversity, i.e., that other cultures aren't bad even when they do bad things. But marching for sluttiness, there's nothing really brave there. You're certainly not going to get flack from dudes. My guess is they'll be right behind you, shouting "We love sluts" like they did at the march. But if you can't see the lowered expectations in all of this, at least think of your parents. They wouldn't like it. And that one idea keeps me from doing many things, including marching down 6th Avenue in fishnets. Well, that and the cops getting too grabby. And if you disagree with me, you, sir, are a racist homophobe. Mick, I saw you squirming. I saw you squirming, shaking your head, disagreeing with me.
You can't expect me to sit for that. Come on, Greg.
You do understand that I agree with what they're marching.
I agree that, but then you're almost excusing it, saying there are worse things going on. Look, the world gets an F in their treatment of women.
Absolutely.
But we're getting like a C- and we're bragging about it. We're not in a position yet where we can correct that F, and we should be. But certainly we could be doing a lot more here. And what we're doing is excusing the behavior and blaming women for their own assaults.
But nobody is. The guy just said something stupid.
But that leads into that behavior. Trust me, as a guy who volunteers at least twice a week on the RAIN online hotline, we have a huge problem.
There are bad people out there.
Women
bad people.
blame themselves. That's why so many choose to suffer in silence, because there is a stigma associated with rape and sexual assault that no other crime carries with it.
Nobody is saying that that's. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they're a group of people that aren't speaking out about other things, Chris.
And that's exactly the point. You are 100% right. Sexual assault should never be tolerated. We shouldn't tolerate, that type of treatment of women or, discrimination against gay people. But the problem is you've got people on the left who will go out there, the PC police, who say, anything you say, you're anti-gay, you're a bigot, you hate women, but they make excuses for radical Islam that hangs people for being gay and says you can't speak out against it because that makes you an Islamophobe. You can't talk about Sharia law, or you'll have the ACLU
you're generalizing,
on you.
and I'm sure you could find people to support that statement.
But I haven't seen it.
I know.
ACLU, are you kidding me?
Listen, I'll tell you what. I just did an interview with a feminist website in the UK today. I'm the only wrestler you ever find. This is a shoot, as we say in wrestling. This series, you can look me up under the words Hell in a Cell, hardcore legend, and feminist. That's for real. And I'll get some feedback on this, and I can guarantee you that the people that I work with, and I work with a lot of people
I
who
want
would
to see a march against Islamic treatment of women.
If only we had a woman to ask.
Listen, Greg, you're treating it as if it's an either or.
No, it should be both.
We should be doing both.
But I don't see both. Let me bring Lauren in here. I didn't think a march about sluttiness was going to be so serious.
I'm sorry, Greg. I can't relate to any of this.
Yes.
You want to sit this one out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take in Bolgan.
What do you think? Do you think there should be more marches like this?
Stepping away from both of your points, I think that, look, women have the right, as one of these protesters said, I want to have the right to wear short skirts with no underwear.
Bill does that.
Like Mrs. Bill Schultz over here. But, what about my rights? I have to share a cab after you use them. And, that's It's like, where does it cross over?
That is a good point, actually.
Yeah.
But you can say that about men and women. There are some cabs I've gotten into after Bill has gotten out, which, frankly, are repulsive.
Marketable territory. And the backseat of every cab,
Absolutely
whether I've been in it
disgusting.
or not, is my territory, Greg.
This is why I carry baby wipes when we travel
Yes,
together.
exactly.
Thank you.
Well, you know,
I'm your man, baby.
He is the reason for baby wipes.
Yes.
You're,
But I'm a reason against babies.
all right, Bill, you get the last word.
I support
I should have probably stopped there.
I support a woman's right to choose, Greg. And if a woman chooses to be a slut, more power to her.
Coming up, could being too beautiful make it hard to accept others? We discuss Lauren Sivan's new book, Yes, I Know I'm Hot, so stop looking at me, you ugly, pathetic jerk who should die. But first, what's this, hot-looking girls? I hope this video is relevant to whatever story we're teasing. If it isn't, I certainly won't remember. Well, she's out on her rear for an online jeer. It's true, a British bank worker got the pink slip for being flip on something called Facebook. Yep, Stephanie Bond waxed sarcastic after learning her boss, seen here, there he is, good-looking chap,
handsome.
was being paid the equivalent, thank you, Bill, of $21 million.
And
Writing in a status update, this is what she wrote, LBG's new CEO gets 4,000 pounds an hour. That's heavy. I get 7 pounds. That's fair. When the bank found out she was fired and escorted from her office. Says the 37-year-old, now former human resources assistant. She was in human resources. I can't believe I have been treated so appallingly for what essentially amounts to a chat with my mates outside work. If I've got an opinion, I write it because I don't expect my friends to grass me up.
Is that a British term?
The lesson here, British people talk funny. So now Stephanie's looking for a new job, and in this economy, to use the British expression, that's as difficult as teaching a cow to jump like a horse.
Komm, Luna, hopp jetzt. Komm und hopp. Ja, so genau. Fuß heben. Komm, jetzt mach mal. Mach mal hin.
Hey. Hey.
That just seems really stupid. Well, I mean, the cow is not enjoying himself. That's not going to help with the milk. Lauren,
Or the hamburger.
Lauren, that doesn't help with the milk.
Or the
Have you ever gotten in trouble for anything you put online, work-wise?
don't get me started. Greg, I don't have any online accounts or social media networks that I use. I don't even know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Listen, what she wrote, I mean, couldn't she just say that's exactly what she meant?
Yeah.
There was no sarcasm.
Yeah, there was no
whatsoever?
sarcasm involved.
She thinks that is a fair pay scale.
Exactly.
What's the problem with that?
That's absolutely right.
And she is in human resources,
Yes,
too. So,
that's the
She
funny
has
thing.
no sense of humor. We know that.
Getting fired when you're in human resources is weird because human resources escorts you out of the building. So it's the people that you work with that actually walk you out,
She
right?
threw herself out the window.
Yeah, she threw herself out the
Which I would love to see.
Put your
There's
things in a
security
box,
videotapes,
she
send
said,
that our
you
way.
know? What do you think? Should she have been fired?
I need some more time here, Greg.
Okay.
It's a hard one to process.
You are still,
I'm
you're
not-
still hot about the Gregalog.
I'm not ready to make nice. Not quite yet. I'm going to take a pass on this one.
Thank God you're retired from wrestling.
I'm afraid I'm not going to be invited back because I spoke my mind.
Oh, no. That's why we
agree.
want you here.
All right, okay.
Chris, does the bank look heartless in all this?
No, everybody looks stupid in this.
Yeah.
First off, isn't the point behind social media to say dumb stuff online?
Yeah.
Because if
that's
not,
true.
I'm screwed.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Anybody who follows my Twitter account, sees
Yeah.
my Facebook page, I only say insulting and outrageous things.
But you're allowed to because Go Proud, you're in charge of it. No one's going to fire you.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Your biggest song was saying insulting and outrageous things. I mean, I'm not being facetious. I mean, it was insulting and outrageous to the person you sang it to, right?
What song?
Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. Right?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
No, you're not the guy I think you are?
No.
You're not the lead singer for the Spin Doctors? I looked you up, man. That's not you. No,
You're right. They have the same name.
We do have the
You
same
have the
name. Do we look anything alike?
That was a long time ago. Everyone, yeah, that was a long time
That
ago. We don't
is
know
one
he
of the-
looks like
Yeah,
that.
I feel a little embarrassed right now.
That was an amazing moment. It
was an amazing-
We'll never get back.
That might be one of the greatest moments of all time. I had no
Wow.
idea. I was actually
This is
thinking.
great for everyone but me. I'm really impressed with you because I thought you were the lead singer of the Spin Doctors. Who the hell are you?
I was just talking about how I did my homework and I looked you up.
Did you really? You
I
really thought?
did. That's the first thing you do when you find out
Did
who
you see the
guests
picture
are.
of this guy?
You look just like you.
What the hell? I'm gonna kill myself now. Are you kidding me?
I'll have you know the actual lead singer.
6 days a week working out hours at the gym.
This guy is ripped.
To be told I look like they think I'm the lead singer of the Spin Doctor.
What? It was a very
Jesus
popular
Christ,
band
I'm out of
in the
here.
early 90s.
6 days a week working at a gym, and he just compared you to somebody who 6 days a week wakes up with a joint.
I don't even know what he looks like, but that might be the
It's
best.
not good.
The best moment I think I've ever had on the
Ask a respectful question.
Yes.
Who the hell are you?
That's it. You haven't reached an all-time new low.
Oh, I am
Sorry, man.
right.
For anybody watching this show, I beg you, turn it off. This can never happen.
Can we not ever get out of this block? Can we just stay permanently in this block?
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Great.
All right. Do you have a comment on the show? Email us. It's red@foxnews.com. The Spin Doctors are awesome. They were a great band.
They were
like
amazing.
kind of like a modern
They
version
were
of the Steve
amazing.
Miller
Got the
Band.
same name.
I mean,
No, they were great.
No,
to leave a
terrible.
voicemail, my direct line, call 212-462-5050. Still to come, the halftime report from TV's Andy Levy. Jerk.
We gave him a lot to work with.
Tonight's halftime report is sponsored by Flight, the motion of an object, aircraft, or bird in or through a medium, usually air, often by means of wings. Thanks, Flight.